Okay, let's look at this one, guys. Continuing on 41. This is me, which, this is just me, guys. This is easy. Make sure you want to have it as y equals mx plus b. You can graph it on the calculator, but this is really easy. Divided by -5, okay? This gives me y equals, this is a positive 6/5 out, x, and then -3, going through a -3. There's my answer. Did you see that? That's your y-intercept, guys. I just checked that one. It's not this one. Negative divided by negative, positive slope. Those are negative slopes. Okay, really easy. If not, you can just go ahead and graph it on the calculator. Here we go. I know, you graph it on the calculator, very easy. I'm showing if you use your brain, you did your homework all year long, this is way easy. -1 is my y-intercept. That looks good. That's not going through a -1. That's not going through a -1. That's going through a 1. This one's opening down. There's my answer. Way easy, guys. These are star test questions, guys, I promise. The graph of the linear function is shown below. I did this one already in class. What to do with this one, guys? This is just me. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So basically this one minus that one. Oh, you know, I'm going to go the other way if you don't mind. I'm going to go from here to here. 3.6 minus 2. And then that one minus that one. And then -3 minus 5. So the top right here gives me 1.6. This one gives me -8. Type it in the calculator. 0.2, I believe, is the answer. Okay, not listen spreadsheets 9413. Oh, it's already set up for listen spreadsheets 9413. So I got to put the numbers in there. That's it. So I'm going to go with a -3. 3.6. The other point is 5 and 2. 5 and 2 and 2. And -0.2. Okay, I think that's what I had put. Oh, I didn't put the negative. -0.2. Okay, so you all can't forget about this stuff, guys. This is not hard. It's not easy. It's just inconvenient. It's actually very easy. So you need to come down here and go to the very beginning. And this is your reference material right here. It looks like this one right here. You see this? And it looks like this. So if they're next to each other, you add them. If they're on the outside, you multiply them. So we come back to that. So these are not next to each other. Okay, they're not the same variable, so I can't add them up. So these you have to multiply them now. So we're going to go with x. 2 times 1 gives me 2. Y, -12, because I multiply them, guys. Multiply them, okay? And that's kind of my answer. That's correct, but not acceptable to return it in. So the rule is you can't have any negatives, okay? So if you have a positive, or you can just go with this, x to -3. If you want to rewrite this one, you write this as a 1 with an x over the positive. Or if you have it like this, 1 over x to the -3 down here, you bring it to the top. Okay, they're the same thing. This one, basically, if you want to look at it, there's a 1 down here. Because anything divided by 1 is anything, right? It's the same thing. So if you flip them over, basically, bring it to the bottom, it becomes the opposite sign. All right, if it's on the bottom, you bring it to the top. Now, if you want, if I have it on the top as positive, and I bring it to the bottom, it gives you a negative exponent. It's the same thing, same rule. It's the same rule over and over again. So in this situation here, I'm going to leave the x squared on top, and I bring this to the bottom. Y the 12th on top. That is my new answer. Let me see. Oh, that's your correct answer, but it's wrong. You never turned this in as your answer. Wow. This is the better correct. Yeah, honestly, A, B, C, D, E. They should have it as this. So this is actually a district made test question. You don't, the star would never give you that one. This is a better answer. All right. There's just rules in math. You never turn in negative exponents. It's like saying you don't turn in 2/4 as an answer. You can always simplify it down. And 1/2. I guess it's not saying the simplest, which is equivalent. So I don't know. Kind of torn on that question. But that's the right answer. This is the more right answer, if that makes sense. Jeez. This one's a joke. This one does come out in the STAR test. Actually, no, I don't think it does. I think the district just does in there. But let's just approach it easy. With a calculator, oops. With a calculator. Okay, and I'm just going to go and type it in there, control that, and put 147. So it's about a 48.4974-ish. So I'm going to just look at the ones that are here, right? I won't tell you it can't be that one, because 186 times a number is going to give you something bigger. This is not less than 1, guys, because 1 times 1 is 1, so this is like a 1.21, I think that. So it's like 1.21 times this one, give you something bigger. Obviously out. Let's try the rest. 12, control 7. No. Then we'll go 3, control 7. No. And we'll go 28, control 3. Okay, so the same answer appears. So this one and this one, J. Okay, the next one's asking which expression is the equivalent. Hopefully they did a good job on this one. Jeez, I can't tell you how to do this one. Okay, I'm just looking at this. So, Josh, you slacked off last time. How can I get a negative here if I'm just multiplying positives out? How can I get negatives if I'm multiplying positives? So, answer one of these right here. Several things I need to check. This is what I do. 8 times 3, 24. And the x squared, yeah. Negative times a negative. Perfect, that works out. So let me check this one. This one times this one, check. This one times that one, double check. So you're going to use your brain on this one. You can factor this one, or you can multiply this one, and then as long as they're the same thing, you're good. Another thing, this is kind of lazy, but not lazy. I don't know what you're talking about. You can just graph this thing right here. You got that? You can graph it. You turn the calculator and graph that. I'll do that secondly, okay? This is what I would do. Since I'm very confident in my math, and I feel pretty good about my math, I would multiply the top one. If they get that one, that's my answer. If it's wrong, then this is my answer. You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. If I really want 100, like double check everything. I can't tell you how to do it, guys. I'm just pretty good at I feel confident. Well, you know, I've been doing it for 20-something years, so 24x squared, right? And then this one times this one gives me a negative 8x. Then this one here gives me a negative 15x. Ooh, I can see that they don't add up. Plus 5. So I'll go right here and go 24x squared. These are here give me 23x plus 5. Okay, so I don't think it's that one. I'm saying no. Let me double check over here. Now multiply here times here gives me 24x squared. Multiply here times here gives me a negative 12x. Multiply here negative 10x plus 5. See, those add up to give me that. So one's 24x squared minus 22x plus 5. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. I don't know how you want to do it, honestly. This is another way. I know C is the answer, right? I'm going to show you what this is another way. And this is like no thinking, and I love no thinking because it just keeps your brain fresh, okay? Graph that thing right there. And that's like y equals, okay? I'm going to go 24x squared, oops, minus 22x plus 5. So there's my graph. You got it? I'm going to show you that this one's wrong. I'm going to put tab. and graph that thing. 8x. Oh, my bad. Minus 5. Parentheses 3x minus 1. What was that? Press 1. Okay, so we're going to 8x minus 5, 8x minus 5, 3x minus 1. What did I do? Oh, great. I just showed the wrong one again. 8x minus 5, 3x minus 1. What in the world? Oh, it's the same thing, and I did it wrong. Let me see. Menu, zoom in. Oh, so now I zoomed in. They're different. Wow, it's freaking out there. They look really close. So I'm going to come out here and go to Tab, and then change that. The second one, I'm going to change it to the one I know is the answer. I just did it on my own right now. I'm going to go with 12x minus 5, 2x minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in. Let me see. I guess I'll zoom out, right? Okay, it looks like there's only one. I'm going to go to zoom in. And it keeps on showing me, hey, they're right next to each other. So yeah, they're the same thing. So that's how you can prove it either way. And that's it, okay? Hold on, pass. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, these always look real scary because of this whole thing, guys. Questions come off of this stuff. Really easy. I haven't even read it. Okay, this is, you gotta understand, this is the ground. Time is always x, so it took whatever, that many seconds or minutes or hours or whatever you want to call it. Y is always height, so this guy's 6 feet tall, or hit it from 6 feet off the ground. Went to the height, 36 feet, yards, meters, whatever they're talking about. At 100 seconds, time, x is time, guys. It's right here, that's its highest point. At 110 seconds, minutes, I don't know what you want to call it, time. Highest is 36. Came back to the ground. It didn't come back to the height of the platform. See that? All this makes sense. Really sweet. What's the domain? X values. X values from 0 all the way to 230. Good question here. Good question here. I would freak out, read this thing, and like, what in the world's going on? All right. Just look at the graph. That's it. I'll read it for you. A golfer hit a golf ball from a tee box. So you see he's on a box or like a platform. 6 yards, everything's yards now, 6 yards above the ground. So he's actually not drawing a scale at all. 6 yards would be like, what, like way high. And he's not even, he's taller than the platform? Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Whatever. The graph shows a height in yards of the golf ball. The golf ball's flight, okay? And golf ball's, path, how about that? Of golf above the ground as a quadratic function of the x, okay? It's a function of x, f of x, and the horizontal distance in yards of the golf ball from the tee. So this is yards, okay? Weird, 6 yards up, crazy, right? 36 yards up, 0 yards, you got it? Domain, x values. So I should have actually pointed that out too. Domain is your x. These things are the y? Wrong. Anything with a y? Out. Don't even worry about these numbers. You want to know what is the least to greatest? Least is 0. Check. The greatest, 230. Okay. What is the solution? I don't know how to tell you this one. No thinking, guys. No thinking. menu, 3, 1 is numeric solve. And type that in there. Negative, parentheses, 6, m. They put m, I'll put m. Plus 8 equals 4, parentheses, 17 minus m, comma, m, negative 38. Remember I told you about this one? All the properties are there on the front, guys. Just in case you forgot, I guess I'll show you real fast. Okay. There are the properties. Everything's there you need to see. If you're dividing, guys, the same variable, a over a is the variable, right? The base. The m's, you're going to subtract m minus n. Top one minus the bottom one. Okay? Okay, so the numbers. Let's just look at the numbers, right? We're going to have 45 over 15. That gives you 3, guys. Anything with a 3, out. These are possible answers. Okay, next thing is we're going to go with the m, negative 6 over m to negative 2. So you really get the top one. It's a no-brainer. There's no guessing this stuff. You're a machine. You just follow the directions they gave you. Is it top one minus the bottom one. This becomes a plus sign. Negative 4. Remember the rule I told you. If it's positive, it leave it where it's at. If it's negative, you throw it to the bottom. So you're going to have a 3 in the answer. And now you're going to put on the bottom m to the 4. There's your answer. This is actually a STAR test question, guys. This one actually came out probably in 2018. Being serious. That's a real good question right here. Most people freak out. There is strategy if you want to think about it. I don't have to do the P's because the P's are the same position. There's V, so check out the V. You see that? Let me check out the V's. Let's check out these real quick. V 12 over V to negative 4. Remember the top one minus the bottom one. Double negative plus. See? And it stays on top. I feel more confident. Time out. Okay, so this is not too bad. This is actually way easy. This comes to more math reasoning. I'm going to say, I don't know, 5th, 6th grade, whatever you want to talk about it. This concept does come to me right now, this period or this year. Remember I told you, x, okay, how about this? I'm going to go with a. And right here, if x is equal to 0, okay, I have a to the 0. I say x equals to 0, and we have a to the 0 is equal to 1. Okay? In the situation, x to be 0, yeah, I always remember, when x is 0, that's the beginning of everything. That's the initial, very beginning. Time is 0. I always tell you, x is going to be like time. So, if I have, just hear me, if I have 36 to the 0, what does that equal to? 1. If I have 30, I'm going to just make this up, 36 over 97. This is just a made-up number to the 0. It's equal to 1. If I have some unknown triangle and I raise it to the 0, it's 1. You got it? So anything to the 0 is 1. So let me read this one here. The bank account earning annual compound interest was opened and no additional deposits or withdrawals were made after initial deposit. The balance in the account after X years can be multiplied by this thing right here. Okay? Which statement is the best interpretation of the values of this function? Okay. So when time is 0, if you want to think about it, balance means the amount of money in the bank, okay? But when time is 0, like when they barely put the money in, this thing goes to 0. My bad. It goes to 1. So you have 850 times 1. So that means in the very beginning, you started off with 850. So that's where the 850 comes from, okay? Okay, I get that. Yeah, and that's, you really know that already. Anything to the 0 is 1. So when I have 1, it's been there for 1 year. What does this show me here, guys? This shows me numbers. Make sure you understand what numbers is. It means 850 times 1.025. Okay, what is 1.025? What 1 is means give me 850 times 1 means give me 850 back. Give me 850 back. That 0.025 is additional stuff plus 0.025. What do you mean 0.0? 0.025 is 2.5%. If that makes sense. Remember 6th grade, convert this decimal to a percent to decimal. So what this is showing you here, that every year, X is the year is your time, every year it's going to increase by 25 or 2.5%. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. This is come back to numbers. Understanding what numbers mean and what they do. I don't get that, sir. So hear me. If I go with 2.5, you don't mind? Also known as what? 2.5. So hear me. If I go with 3 times 2.5, this is, you know, that's not a nice number. Let's go with 6. If I go with 6 times 2, that gives me 3. But 2.5 gives me what? 6 times 2 gives me 3. And 6 times a half, or basically half of 6, is, oh my bad, what am I doing? 6 times 2 is 12, and then half of 6 is 3, so that gives me 15. Same thing here. 2.5 is 2.5, so 6 times 2 is 12. And then 0.5 is half of 6, which is again 3, which gives me 15. So that's a sneaky way of saying give me 1 and 2.5%. 850 times 1 gives me all of 850. And an additional, what, 2.5%? Okay. Let's come back here and read the answer now. The initial balance of the account decreases. Well, in this situation, it's always going to be increasing because it's bigger than 1. It gives you more than that back. The balance of the account increases at a rate of, I like that one for sure. The initial balance in the account was, no, the initial account balance. Initial means when X is equal to 0. The initial amount is 850. So that one's wrong. The balance in the account at the end of 1 year is 850. Well, the time is X, guys. So if at 1, then I would have 850 times this, which I'm thinking is this. I don't know. I'm going to say that's where that number comes from, which is wrong. Okay, the graph of the quadratic parent function. Remember that one, the quadratic parent function. I'm telling you, they don't give you the answers for this stuff. They expect you to know it. As f of x, which is equal to x squared. So you need to know that. Was transformed to create the graph of gx, which is equal to f of x plus 2 minus 5. Wow. That's a good question. Time out real quick. Let me see. Okay, so this is a real good question, guys. You see how f of x is x? Hold on. Okay, so this is the original one, guys. So now it says to get f, which is this thing right here, f, all of this, and wherever you have the x, put x plus 2. So in this situation, it's going to be g of x is equal to, you see how f of x is now, they're saying get this thing here, and put x plus 2. So right here, I'm going to have x plus 2 squared minus 5. Now, do you remember the rules here? You can graph it on the calculator, but it said if it was positive here, you would go to the left, then down. So this is the answer right here. Or just graph it. Now, I'm going to graph this real quick, if you don't mind. X plus 2 squared, and then minus 5. Okay, we're almost done, guys. A student worked on a gym continuously for 50 minutes. On a gym. At a gym, the graph shows the remaining percentage of the workout as a linear function x. So as time increased, the workout decreased. Does that make sense? The more time they put, I guess they must have been working out. They can't just be talking. So they were, as time passed, the workout was going down. All right, makes sense. Which answer best describes the domain and range of the function for this situation? Remember, domain, x values. This is going to be your minutes. Range is going to be your percentage remaining. So you're going to go with that. Okay, let's check it out. All real numbers, no. Anything with all real numbers, no. Because all real numbers includes negatives. We don't have negatives in this one. And it's not a single element, no. All real numbers, ooh, okay. Oh, wait, I didn't read it. All real numbers greater than, or, wait, I didn't read it right. My bad. All real numbers greater than or equal to 0, greater than, so, doing all numbers greater than or equal to 0, equal to, greater than or equal to 0, and less than or equal to 100. No, so domain is from 0 to 50. Out. There's my answer. Boom. All real numbers greater than or equal to 0. All numbers greater than or equal to 0, right? Or equal to 50. Or, I don't like the way it's worded. But that one's more correct than that one. All right? So let's just graph it. Right, easy. It's just saying, hey, which is the graph that matches it. So I'm going to come back over here, turn it on. No. This is just me, guys. Do you see how this is less than 1? And it's going to say less than 1, less than 1, less than 1. So basically less than the whole thing. This one's giving more. This one's giving more. This is less than, less than, less than, less than, less than, less than. So I'm going to tell you the it's probably these two right here. But when x is 0, what's my y? When x is 0, I'm at 10. Ooh, they both look pretty good. So I got to graph both of these. Well, I just got to graph that one, right? Okay, so I'm going to go to tab, and we're going to go with 10. Remember, don't put the y equals, guys. Parentheses, 0.85, and then raise that to the x. Okay, so I think it's the way that one. Okay, so we're going to go with G. Guys, you should be liking this stuff. It's pretty easy. Oh, we're done. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. If you notice, the whole test was pretty easy. Just approach it chill, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a little bit.